Hello, people. Today I have with me a man known for his extensive work in anime, games, and on screen. He's been in Digimon Tamers, Bleach, and, well, Danganronpa, and many other things, Mr. Brian Beacock.
Hello, hello.
And how are you doing today, good sir?
I am great. As I said, I'm out actually training for the New York Marathon as we speak.
Hmm. So,
It's
to
ridiculous.
get the start, what is it that got you interested in acting?
Oh, man. I mean, I've been wanting to do it since I was 7 years old. Started playing piano when I was 7 and doing plays when I was 10. And it just was always something that I kind of felt comfortable doing, which is strange because most people are either have stage fright or never stop talking in front of other people. But it just kind of seemed like what I wanted to do. And as I got older, I realized it was the only thing that I had been doing and therefore the only thing that I knew how to do. So I kind of painted myself into a corner, as it were, career-wise.
Hmm. And where did the voice acting part kick in? Like when you started doing dubbing?
Yeah, well, I was doing tons of theater back in San Francisco, Bay Area, where I'm from. When I came to LA and started doing some TV and working at Universal Studios, singing and dancing and stuff. Well, I was doing this play called Fully Committed, which is a one-man show where I played 38 different characters.
Hmm.
So the director of Digimon at the time, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, was a friend of mine from Universal. She saw the show, and they were having auditions for a new character for season 3 of Digimon, Takato. So she said, I think you can do some voices. Obviously, I've seen you do 38 of them. So why don't you come in? And I auditioned for that. Really didn't know what I was doing. I mean, it was a brand new world to me. I had sung in studios before, so I was used to the mics and stuff, but following the scripts and the beeps and all that stuff, that was a completely new thing for me. So I booked that show, and jobs just started, coming in from there. That was back in, 1999, I think.
Hmm. And was dubbing hard at first? Like, was it like really hard to figure out how to do?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, it was right before Pro Tools started, which I don't know if people know, but that's it's the digital way of recording, and we use it solely now. We were still on tape. So when you were syncing to the existing Japanese animation, you had to get it right. Otherwise, you would go back and do it again. There was no moving lines back and forth or compressing or, extending your audio because it wasn't digital. So it was kind of difficult to really nail it, the first try, which, I rarely did. But the only good news was that the engineer was still trying to figure it out as well as we moved over to Pro Tools. Like the second week that I was recording, we moved over to Pro Tools. So it gave me a little bit of time to kind of get my feet wet and become comfortable because he was doing the same thing too.
Hmm. And speaking of Digimon, I was curious because you've appeared in pretty much every Digimon series since Tamers.
Yeah.
And is there like a coincidence to that, or do you just like working on Digimon?
Well, God, I mean, I wish it was my choice. Which shows I did and didn't do. I guess I could say no, but I certainly can't call them up and say, hey, I want to be in this. Similar directors, similar production companies and studios. And so they either call and offer you jobs sometimes, or you go in and you audition for them or whatever. So because it's been the same family of producers and stuff, I kind of lucked out that I was able to be in several seasons.
Hmm. And do you have like, if you could pick a favorite role in terms of voice work, do you have a favorite?
Well, I always say it's Takato because it was my first one, and he was really well written, and Mary directed him so well. It was just a good season. It was a good show. It was not just a lot of screaming and fighting, although it was in it, but it was a lot of interpersonal stuff and emotional stuff. So I really enjoyed that. My current show that I'm working on right now with Disney, Doraemon, where I played Sneetch, the snotty, rich next-door neighbor, he's a riot. I love Sneetch, and it's so well written, and he's so mean, and it's so funny. That's a close second right now to Takato, I think, for me.
Hmm. And I'm curious because I've discovered that you've played certain characters before that I've had other people play them before. Like you're Lloyd Irving in one of the Tales of Symphonia games.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, were you, was that not a good thing?
No, it was for me, but I mean, if you've read any blog, people are crazy about that game, and I'm sorry, they're insane, and they hate me because I took over someone else's job.
Like, were you
It's
aware that it
hysterical.
was someone else at the time you did
No,
it?
we never are. We never are. I mean, unless it's something like if someone called me up and said, I'm going to be on, The Simpsons, I'm playing Homer. Obviously, I know that, but I had no idea what Tales of Symphonia was when I went in. In fact, quite frankly, I think when I was doing it, the non-disclosure at the time didn't even tell me the name of the game, which is very common. You're just recording something, and they don't have titles if they even know what they are. For a sequel, obviously they would, but they don't tell you. So I had no idea. And you record it for 1 or 2 days, and it comes out a year later. So we don't keep as much track of the games and stuff as people think maybe we do, or as much as they do. So I had no idea. And then I'm reading all these blogs. They're like, what the hell, blah, 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 it's terrible, and we want so-and-so back. I'm like, look, dude, I made, $700. Big deal. In fact, I don't know if you guys if you've seen it, but there's that funny dubbed or I guess subtitled Hitler video that's been on the web, and they put a bunch of different stories to it. It's a movie that have you seen that?
Is that like from like that? Is it that like angry Hitler from that Downfall movie or
Angry
whatever?
Hitler. Yes, exactly. And they subtitle a bunch of different things all the time to fit whatever story they're making fun of.
Somebody
There
did
is a
one for Tales
Brian
of Symphonia?
Beacock. Yeah, there is a Brian Beacock is in Tales of Symphonia Hitler video. And Hitler hates me in this video. And he's screaming because I took it's the funniest thing. Look it up. I just saw it not too long ago, and I thought, man, I have arrived. I am now famous because I have a Hitler video. Ridiculous.
It's like
Just ridiculous.
where have I heard it before? I've heard someone say before, like you're not truly famous until you discover someone that hates you or something like that.
Oh man.
It's like I've
Oh,
heard
come on.
that before somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's gonna love you, and not everyone's, gonna hate you. You just gotta. I tend not to read blogs and stuff, but I just thought that was really, really funny because they were so crazy about it.
Like, were there like people emailing you about it, or did you just like find stuff?
No. Just like you'll be on Google and you'll search for something and you'll see your name or Tales of Symphonia. Typically, I do a search to see if things are up to date, like on my the IMDb International Movie Database. You just want to make sure that your stuff is being properly recorded and stuff like that. So, and that's how I kind of like went down the internet rabbit hole and found all that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get off the computer.
I was afraid somebody emailed you was like, "Oh my gosh, you sucked."
Yes, yeah. I mean, I was sitting at home, and a girlfriend of mine called. She goes, "You have to check this out." She sent me the link. She's like, "Hitler hates you." I'm like, "Well, I guess that's not a bad thing."
It's like, how can he hate me? He's dead.
Oh my God. It's really funny. I have now been replaced by someone else for the Danganronpa series.
Mm.
So, because I played Monokuma in, I guess, 3 of those games, and the series, I guess, has gone to another state or something with a different company, and now that character has been replaced. So, now I know what it feels like to have my part taken over by someone else. It's just the name of the game. It's how show business works.
It was like, was it like shocking when you found out you were replaced, or?
Well, not really, because it's not like the company where I record recast me. The series was taken on by a different company that's not even in California. So, I mean, there's a bunch of union issues and pay issues and stuff, but it's not surprising that a lot of people from the game are not doing the the series because we don't live in Arizona or Texas or wherever it's being done. So I was a little upset because I liked the character, but frankly, his voice was so high, I don't know if I'd want to do a series. A game is one thing, but recording, 52 episodes in that voice would be really difficult.
This is something I like asking actors. Do you watch any of the stuff that you appear in?
It depends. I have Doraemon on my DVR only because I think it's funny. And when we're recording the show, we only get to see the clips of what we're dubbing, so only the scenes that we're in. So oftentimes I like to watch it just to see what the show's about and to see how it all comes together. But for the most part, I don't have a lot of time to watch all the stuff. I watched Durarara because I really liked the music in that show. I mean, it's a really slick show, a lot of jazz. So that was kind of cool. And back in the day, of course, I watched every episode of Digimon because it was my first show. I'm like, oh my God, I'm on TV. It's the coolest thing.
Because I know there are some people who are like sometimes just don't like hearing their voice or they feel really weird when they hear themselves.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't mind it so much for anime. On-camera stuff is a little different. I think I'm a little bit more critical of, damn it, I should have done that, or I could have done that, or that wasn't strong enough, or whatever. I'm a little bit more self-critical visually than I am listening to myself.
So, like, again, speaking of that, like the on-screen work, is it like, do you have like a preference when it comes, like, do you prefer on-screen or voice work? Like, do you have a preference?
Well, starting out, I really didn't. And as I'm getting older and I'm starting to produce more and write more and realize that you have to really, you have to make a career for yourself. You have to, pay the mortgage and pay for your car and all that stuff. So the on-camera stuff is going to support me career-wise a little bit more and probably propel me a little bit more. So I am pushing for that a little bit more right now and using voiceover kind of as, mad money, extra cash or whatever. That's the financial aspect of it. Career-wise, it's kind of a similar thing. On-camera work is probably going to propel your career a little bit more. You have a hit TV series or a hit film, then you go off and you voice the cartoon. The cartoon is popular, but it's because of your on-camera stuff that you've done. Voice work is easier. I mean, not easier, but it's less stress, I would say. You show up, you're in the booth. It's most of the time pretty casual and fun. You got the director and the engineer and sometimes the rest of the cast and stuff. It's a really, really fun, almost a musician kind of vibe. It's like hanging out with the band at the studio, and I love that. On camera is much more stressful. So I don't know. They're both great, and they're both not great. No, they're all terrific.
Now, I've been curious because I discovered because I was looking at your IMDb and it said you were in Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What was it like being in that? I mean, you're not a big part, but I was curious as to what it was like.
Well, here's the deal. I was working at Universal Studios doing the Beetlejuice show, which was a blast. And I got this audition from this company that I was doing like background work for. Christopher Gray cast them. I think they're still around. And you have to come in and you have to sing a 50s song on tape. I'm like, well, this is easy, So I went to the casting office, sang the tape, whatever. I got cast. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'm going to be in this new David Lynch movie, background, extra work. So I show up and they're like, okay, here's your trailer. I'm like, what the hell? I've got this trailer. I'm thinking something's weird. Something's really weird. I had a costume and I show up on set and it's just me and 3 other people. I thought, well, this is weird. So, it turned out being really, I guess, featured extra is probably it. Really no more than that. But they wanted us to sing live, this 4-part harmony with 3 people that I had just met. just got into makeup, just got into wardrobe, and we had to figure out our harmony for this song before David Lynch showed up on set because he wanted to hear us. That was nerve-wracking. And so when he got on set, the AD was like, okay, go ahead and sing the song. So we did. It was pretty good. And David was like, that's awesome. He goes, of course, you guys are going to be singing the backup track. We're like, yeah, we knew that. We don't know why we were told we needed to learn this song. So we shot the scene, and if you see the movie, it's in that big warehouse where they're introducing Naomi Watts to the scene. And it was just amazing. It was an amazing couple days. The show was originally made for an ABC pilot, and it got canceled because it was too violent. So it got shelved for, at least a year. And then went to the Cannes Film Festival, and they used a photo of the 4 singers and the lead singer girl for all the posters in Cannes. So that was kind of cool. And it got picked up and turned into a movie, and they reshot some scenes, and that was it. Really, really amazing time. And he's a cool guy. He's like this quiet, fun dad,
And there was also there was another movie I discovered called, it was a movie with Ryan Reynolds that you were in.
Oh yeah.
And I was curious.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, what was it like working with Ryan Reynolds?
Great. In fact, I just posted about it last night, I think on Twitter or something. That's another movie, consequently, around the same time that got shelved for a year because the production company went under, but then it got picked up and released. In the movie, I play a gay guy who has a girl roommate that Ryan Reynolds picks up at a bar, and he goes home and gets really drunk, and she goes out to get some medicine or food or something in the morning. So he wakes up, and I come in to the bedroom bringing him breakfast, and he thinks that he's gone home and slept with me from the night before. So the rest of the movie, he thinks he's gay, and he's like trying to figure out how do I be the best gay person that I can? And it's just a huge misunderstanding. So the first scene with Ryan, we're in bed together, and I'm in these terrible, tiny little underwear that the wardrobe people gave me, and the first shot is me laying on top of him and rolling off, and then because it's a nightmare that he has, a dream sequence. So this is my introduction to Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, hey, how you doing? All right, let me just climb up here. You comfortable? Good. Okay. And action. It was really nerve-wracking, but he's a cool guy.
And I've also heard something about a show that you've been working on called Acting Dead.
Yeah, it's my new zombie comedy series. Season 1's already been shot, 8 episodes, and it's basically about actors whose careers are so in the toilet that they can't even be cast as extras in any number of the current zombie TV and movie shows that are kind of taking over Hollywood right now. So there's this underground company in LA called Flatline Inc. that kills actors and turns them into actual zombies, so they are more easily cast as zombies in TV shows. So basically, my character Tate, that the process becomes a zombie, and realizes that he still can't get cast. He's still not very good, and he's living in this world filled with zombie actors and going about their day, leading ordinary lives, going to the gym, going on dates, but they just happen to be the undead. And it's really cool. We got Debbie Gibson, singer Debbie Gibson is in it, a bunch of TV stars, Coco Brown from Tyler Perry movies, Christine Lankin, Chris Gallia from Disney's Jessie and stuff. So we're doing really, really well. Won a bunch of awards, and we're hitting the festival circuits right now and pitching it to network TV.
So it's only
you can go to actingdead.com to see that.
I was about to say, so has it only been viewed online or at festivals? I was about to say.
Yes, correct. Just festivals and online right now. We're kind of keeping it close to the vest as we're pitching it. So you can see all the episodes, but it's not a huge wide release right yet because we're kind of holding out to see who's going to pick it up.
And one last thing, because I I saw that you also had this show called McCracken Live,
Yes.
which I was
Yes.
I was curious about. Like, now is that like on TV or is that a web series?
It's also a web series that was done several years ago, but is still cooking around with my producers. We're trying to get that to TV as well. That is basically Tootsie meets 30 Rock meets Home Improvement. So it's a guy who's on TV doing this DIY TV show where everything goes wrong, but he's dressed as a woman a la Martha Stewart. And that's done really well. I mean, we went international. We went to France. There's going to be a live show with me playing that character coming up soon, possibly a musical. But we're still working on pitching that to TV as well. And it's really funny. That's a great show. In fact, Chelsea Crisp, who's in a couple of our episodes, is now a regular on Fresh Off the Boat. She's doing great, and it's we had a great cast for that show. And that's McCrackenLive.com.
All right, and I gotta say thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
And is there any advice you can give to people that are interested in becoming actors?
Learn to type. You know, but honestly, there's a lot to that. You know, be diverse in your skills. Be very, very, very skilled and knowledgeable about social media and the internet and the new world that we are entering, because it'll help you propel your career. And a big thing right now that I'm working on is ask people for advice, ask people for favors, tell people what it is you want. Just make your goals and your desires known, because no one can help you if they don't know what it is you're looking for.